This section of Getting Started with Oracle Visual Builder, we're going to learn how to add business logic with action chains to our web application. In the previous sample, we created this page with the interaction where we can click on an employee and click Edit to edit the data. What if we don't want to have this edit button and instead we want the click on the employee to immediately go over and edit the data about this employee? We can modify our application to do that. Let's get rid of our button over here. And we'll take the table and choose it. And Visual Builder is an event-driven interface. So you can define different events on the page to do things in them. For example, over here, we can add an event on the table for when you select a record. Okay. Now there's already an event here that was created for us. Okay. And we're going to go into the event to see what it's doing. So this event right now is assigning a variable. Okay. This is our action chain editor. Over here, you can add your business logic. Right now, what we're doing here is we're setting a value for a variable to the employee ID that was selected. We can add logic in here. For example, we can take an if-else statement and put it after here. If else can have a condition, and we can use the expression editor to edit the condition. By default, it's 2, but we can decide to show something else. For example, we can ask if the employee ID that was selected, if it's equal to 1. This is our condition. If it's equal to 1, maybe we don't want to allow editing of this employee because this might be our manager. So we're going to use a fire notification here, bring it over here and show an error message. We can choose whether the error would be persistent or transient, whether it's an error, info, or warning. We'll keep it as an error, and that's our business logic here. Now, if the employee is not number 1, we want to do something else. For example, we want to navigate to the edit page. So again, we can pick up the navigate to page and drag and drop it into the branch, which will create the else state over here, and set the navigate to page to go over to our edit employees page. We need to pass in the employee ID that we want to edit, and we have this as a variable in our action chain, like that. By the way, all the logic that you created here visually is represented as JavaScript code over here. You can modify the JavaScript code as needed, or just work in the visual editor for an easier experience. All right, let's see our behavior now. If we switch to live mode, so in this case, if we now click on an employee, we're going to go into the edit page for this employee directly, and we can click to cancel and go back. So this is how you add an action chain over here.